Hi, everybody. My name is Nora Zimmerman, and I am a soul brand creator and I design websites. And today I'm here for a live interactive Q&A. So basically, I'll just be answering any questions you may have related to websites, running a business online. I've been working for a long time at my computer from home. It doesn't mean I'm an expert, but I have been doing this for quite some time. And also I help a lot of businesses run their businesses behind the scenes, in a very systemized and smooth way so that the business owners can get on with basically either seeing clients or working with their job, actually, not kind of running the business so much. So there's working in your business and there's working with your clients, like both sides of it. So that's for me. I am based in UK. And I've been doing this for a long time. And I love working with businesses that are helping people in some form of transformation. So that's it for me, really. Lucinda, because I know you, I'm going to ask you to tell us who you are, where you're based, and what you do.
Okay, yeah, I'm Lucinda and I'm in Kingston, and I'm studying on an MA at the moment of art psychotherapy, but after that I do need a website, or rather I need a website really now, because I will start advertising to teach art again. I was teaching it privately recently until I went on to this MA. So it's really, advertising myself through a website, teaching art. But I'm interested in maybe doing some Reiki as well. So it's combining the art with some healing. And of course, as I'm studying the art therapy as well, then yes, I can offer that after the MA. But yes, as you can see, I'm in a bit of a loose ends in a way. Like I just need your help, really.
So yeah, wonderful. So it's basically teaching and also doing some healing. Are you envisaging doing the healing at the same time that you're doing the art, perhaps?
Yeah. If anyone's interested in drawing and painting, and then I can offer them some healing if they want it as well.
Wow.
Reiki.
Okay, that sounds interesting combination. And are you kind of envisaging doing it one-to-one or having groups?
Group can be art, drawing and painting, and then the one-to-one would be healing. Yeah, and art sessions one-to-one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Julia?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Julia. I'm based in Bedfordshire, and I qualified from Task as a practitioner last year in about sort of November time. So this has been like a bit of a challenging, pre-virus, but a challenging time in actually trying to create awareness of kinesiology and trying to get new business in an area that's never had a kinesiologist before, so people don't know about it.
Right.
Even a lot of people in general sort of therapies still might not be familiar with what kinesiology is, never mind in an area where there's never been one. So of course, if people aren't aware of it, they're not looking for it because they don't know about it, they don't know how it might help them. So that this has been quite challenging. And then of course, you know, it's even more challenging at the moment. So I've just completed my diploma training as well.
Wow.
And the actual sort of training. So that's sort of in abeyance at the moment until obviously we get round to taking exams and finishing case studies and things like that. But at the moment, you know, I have been grappling with the whole concept, I suppose, of not wanting to get things wrong in terms of setting up stuff online, because I only really want to have to do this once, because it just sounds, you know, it's a kind of like a major project, I suppose, really, and you just sort of think, okay, you know, let's do it and get it done correctly. But because I don't know what I'm doing, that sort of is holding me back, I guess, you know, on how to, you know, is a website really that important? Or, you know, if you've got a Facebook business page, is that sufficient? And really where to start with, you know, I suppose, who can recommend, you know, getting bespoke email addresses and things like that, so you're not running off a Gmail or a Hotmail account, which perhaps is less professional. So kind of all kind of questions and queries really about that is all going to be, you know, really helpful.
Brilliant. May I ask what you did before kinesiology?
Done lots of things. I started off in forensic medicine, in science, you know, many moons ago, and worked in pharmacology and things like that a long time ago. And then I kind of gravitated towards sort of finance. I worked in the city for, you know, a long time, but, you know, have been always in alignment, I suppose, with sort of complementary health, and, you know, always dabbling, and, you know, I've done all my Reiki training, and, you know, but don't sort of actively use it. So, yeah, you know, there's always been a sort of, you know, a strong path for me, which is to be sort of in health and healing and helping others. So I, you know, it might have taken me a few years and quite a long way, you know, a sort of strange path to get there, but you know,
a roundabout way.
Yeah, I think that's often the case, isn't it? You know, so I'm sure I've learned and picked up lots of things that are going to be helpful along the journey, but sometimes I just wish I'd got there kind of, you know, 20 years ago, but hey, you know, we're sort of finding our way there now.
Yes, very good, yes. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Okay, so Christelle, I know you're here, but I can't see you and you're muted, so would you like, if you'd like to share, please unmute yourself. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up from where you started, Julia, because you have some really good questions. And yes, do I need a website is a really good question. And, you know, although that is what I love doing and that is what the bulk of my work is, sometimes I do tell people, no, you don't need a website yet. So a website is a really good way, usually, to step into the position of being a business owner. It's not just for communicating to people, you know, what you do and for people to find you, but also energetically is for you to take that step. Okay, I'm leaving corporate and now I'm stepping into this other path. Okay, now I'm moving house. So it's like a step, you know, it's a statement that you take when you, especially when you do your first website. But actually, I have to say, you know, every time I've done a new website, it's like, another, oh my gosh, you know, I'm going. And usually the websites are demonstrating where you want to go. So it's almost like you're not there yet, but that's where you want to go. So for Lucinda, this would be the same. You know, you haven't completed your MA yet, but where you want to go is you want to be teaching and you want to be, you know, offering your services. So the website is going to be going, you know, a little bit ahead of where you are. and starting a website now is absolutely fine for you, perhaps. Now, as you were talking, Julia, what kept coming up for me is that there's like a need for education where you are. If you're going to be practicing locally, there's like a need for education and, you know, demonstration, because kinesiology is like a very practical, complementary, you know, therapy. You know, people, when they see it in action, they get it. When you explain it, they go, wow, that's a bit weird. But when they see it in action, then, or they experience it themselves, that's when it really kind of takes, you know, kind of momentum.
Yeah.
So I think for you, you know, obviously, you know, at the moment, you know, you can't do any demonstration in person unless, you know, you've got people, you know, near you that can be, you know, almost recorded on, you know, on a phone, on a video, and then you demonstrate what happens. And you actually, with the demonstration, you explain how it works. I'm sure you've seen Claire do this.
Yes, I mean, I've got her video, you know, attached somewhere down on my Facebook page when I first set that up, because that was the only thing that I had, you know, that was a visual, really. Mm.
Yeah, the thing is, when you are wanting to get customers and when you're wanting to communicate your business, you need to be communicating it yourself.
Yeah.
There's no point in showing someone else, because they're not going to get Claire when they go to a treatment. They're going to get you. Mm. So, you know, to get your style, to get your voice, to get your pace as well. I'm only saying this because I know Claire is quite, you know, fast in a way, the way she works. So perhaps, you know, I can pick up like a really gentle energy from you. Mm. You know, like you are really calm and you're going to be, you know, almost like just like a calm vibe, you know, when people come. So I feel that, you know, that's probably going to be something important for you, that you begin to show yourself demonstrating what kinesiology is, you know, and using those videos. And what were you doing before? Have you been practicing so far?
In practicing, no, I've been working from home at the moment because you know, there hasn't been sort of you know, an abundance of you know, clients in the area. So I'm working at home as opposed to going out into a clinic at the moment.
Yes. And how did you get those clients?
Some were referred, and yes, you know, a couple of friends initially and things like that, and then some referrals.
Yeah. Okay. And did you get testimonials from them?
I had, I had a couple, and although they didn't load them on directly onto my Facebook page, but I sort of clipped, you know, what they'd said in an email with their permission, and included that in like a milestone event. But yeah.
Okay. So there's a few things you can do, you know, to build a clientele before you even have a website. Having testimonials, not the kind of testimonials that they just say, oh, Julia is amazing. You know, that doesn't really give any indication of, you know, what I'm going to get. But if they say, I had this XYZ issue before coming to Julia, and this is probably important for you, Lucinda, as well, you know, because of the art therapy side of things. You know, I was dealing with this state of mind before coming to Lucinda's workshops or to Lucinda's classes, and now I'm feeling XYZ, or the issue is gone. So it's almost like testimonial case study. Then that really gives people an idea of, oh, okay, I have the same. So if I go to her, that's going to be fixed. It's really as simple as that. People need to see themselves in the testimonials. So the way to get testimonials that are useful for you to use is to have a set of questions that you send to people after the treatment.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you can say, for example, things like, did you have any hesitations before coming to see me? Right? So there you also begin to understand all the objections that they might have, because objections can always be answered, right? For example, one, and they usually overlap with frequently asked questions. One very common question that I get is, are you a developer? So if I just say plainly no, what happens? It falls flat, right? But if I say, I am not a developer, I work with 4 or 5 developers, trusted people, I understand how they work and I know exactly how to brief them. And because I worked with many developers over the years, I totally get what I need to provide. Then that feels different, doesn't it? I'm saying to you, in that answer, I'm telling you, I've got a team, I'm experienced, I know what you're asking. The question has been asked before. So in a way, you can begin to think of all, because you're going to have the objections where you live from what you're saying. So you can begin to have all these questions that people may ask you and have really positive answers to the questions.
Yeah, no, that makes good sense.
And those same answers you can use as Facebook posts. So can you see how everything becomes an ecosystem now? So the invitation for you is to begin to write the objections, which can be a frequently asked question eventually, then use some of those answers to put them as posts, and also to ask, your clients, would you be okay to provide me, with some feedback on the treatment I gave you? So if you say feedback, I'll send you the questions in a moment. And it's maybe 2 or 3 questions, not anymore. They can be too complex. How were you feeling before the treatment? And, what were the, results after the treatment? They're like really simple questions.
Yeah. That
people maybe don't want to dig deep, but they got some kind of result.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah, great.
So you can either treat your Facebook page for now as if it was your website. So you go in there and you nurture it. The thing is with pages, Facebook is not really, the algorithm on Facebook is not great for pages. So the ideal thing would be to use your personal profile. So everything you post on your page, post it on your personal profile. So you use your personal profile for business too.
Okay. I try not to use it at all.
I know. So the things that Facebook favors, in the last maybe 2, 3, 4 years are groups and personal profiles. So if you are focusing, or unless you've got a page that has been, built for a long time and it's constantly nurtured, and, it has structure and conversations, there's no point in nurturing a page. Do you have many likes on it?
No, well, about 30, I think.
Yeah, so just go to your profile and then everything that you post on your profile, copy and paste on your page. Don't share it.
Okay, yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you want to take the next level answer, you can create a free landing page on MailChimp. Have you come across MailChimp?
I've heard of it, but I think they do.
How good are you on the computer?
Not bad. I mean, I used to be better. I'm not great with all the modern stuff. But today I actually joined WhatsApp, so it's a big day for me today. so I feel I can do anything now.
All right. Okay, that's good. I have been allergic to WhatsApp for years. You can explore landing pages on MailChimp, and there's other free landing pages that you can have, but it might be a little bit too complex. So if you're familiar with Facebook, then just stay on one platform, keep it really simple. And what I would do is I would write to everybody that you know. You're not doing any online treatments at the moment, are you?
No.
No. Okay. Fair enough. That's fine.
although there's the potential for, to explore avenues of ways to do stuff online, especially if we know that this lockdown is going to be for
long,
quite a while, I guess.
Yeah. You might want to watch the previous Q&A that I did, because there's a lot of answers about how to do really simple sessions online.
Okay, when did you do that, Nora?
It will be on my YouTube channel. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I have a feeling I posted the recording in the community.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it as yet.
Oh, it's probably there already. But, if you can't find it, just email me or message me via the community, and then you can find it.
Okay, great.
Does that help so far?
Yeah, it does. No, that's very helpful. And how do, because a couple of people that I've spoken to sort of suggest that, they get very little new business through things like Facebook, and that they've got, is it like a Google business account or something like that?
If you have a Gmail account, you can just create, add all the details of your business, but it means showing your home address on Google. If you're happy with that, you can do that.
Okay.
The best thing you can do is, in Facebook, there's going to be local groups. So, for example, where I am, there's local moms, local this, local that. There's millions of Facebook groups. At least I can, I'm probably a member of 4 or 5, and people keep inviting you anyway. So if you join those groups, the best thing you can do is join as many local groups as you can, or, just take your county and join as many of those groups that you can, that they're based in your, county.
Mm-hmm.
They go in the groups and people will be asking questions. So when they ask questions, the best thing you can do is give really valuable answers, just like I'm doing here, right? Because people have to get to know you and get warm to you and get familiar with you. And that is it's like virtual networking, literally. So you go into those places, those groups, on Facebook, and you can do exactly the same on LinkedIn. You can connect with people and comment on the articles. And so maybe just look for 1 or 2 platforms, however, much time you have. LinkedIn is a really professional one, and it will probably suit you as well to not just be on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And try and connect with people that are locally based, and they can be anything, because everybody is going to be in pain. Everybody is going to have physical issues. Everybody is going to have health issues. So in a way, you've got no limit to the type of groups that you go into. So, for example, I'm interested in working with, alternative business or complementary therapies or transformational coaching business or, like Lucinda Art Therapy. So I'm not going to go into every single group, am I? I'm going to go into specific groups and I'm going to chat to people. And a lot of the groups, they have usually one day where you can promote yourself. And that's what you are going to be doing. You're going to be promoting yourself inside the groups and just explore them, just don't be too forward, just take your time. Just take the temperature of the group and get to see what people are saying, because some groups might be a little bit not your thing and you don't want to be part of something that, you don't feel comfortable either.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just go everywhere, you know what I mean? Just check them out.
Yeah.
It's like you walk into a room and you take the temperature and you feel, can I help these people? Can I be of service here?
Yeah. I mean, I do belong to a few groups, so if I do post something, it tends to go sort of everywhere. And sometimes I have had a couple of people message just to find out a little bit more about what it's all about, and then sort of decide it's not really for them. Although I have had some business sort of through that, but
yeah. But this is a really good time to network because you're stuck at home. So it's a really great time, and a lot of people are online and they've got time in their hands. So you can offer valuable, you can say, you can do tapping here, and also the level of training you have is quite high, And on your Facebook page, I would be inclined to, to say, I used to work in the city, I used to work in forensic medicine and pharmacology. So, it just gives a rounded version of you, not just I'm a kinesiologist, right?
Yeah.
Because what it does is it tells people like, oh, right, okay, she knows both sides, but also at some point, you must have had some kind of health issue yourself.
Sure.
That you can share about, So that is also another topic. So it's good to just write loads of, ideas, and then you make them into little chunks and you begin to post. Yeah. And probably post every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your job whilst you wait for all this to stop.
Okay.
And if you're brave, you can begin to do videos demonstrating things.
So you mentioned about networking. So what's your take on sort of networking groups and things like that? Because my perception is that it's full of people who are plumbers and and builders and accountants and I don't know. I mean, obviously across the board kind of thing. But I wouldn't necessarily know that they would be in a position to be in tune with what you're doing or to want to refer you. So and obviously they all cost money, don't they, all these networking groups. So yeah, just really interested to sort of find out whether in this line, in kinesiology, it would be viewed as being, yes, absolutely, you must do it, you'll get that way.
An answer, there's a yes or a no answer. So I always go by what works for me. So I am super introverted unless I am comfortable. So these on screen is perfect for me because, we're not close. You're not asking me very personal questions. I don't have to, pretend anything. If I go to networking events, my throat constricts. I blush. I feel like tiny because I'm not very tall. I just find it loud, it just completely overwhelms me, even if they are really nice people and even if they're the type of people I could be working for. Everybody needs websites. So for me, it's easy to go to networking groups. However, I freeze. I put myself through 1 year of networking. I thought I'm going to do 1 year of networking, and I just did it. And 6-7 months down the line, I just thought, this is so stressful. It's really stressful. My nervous system was just collapsing for the rest of the day after the networking. Mm-hmm. So this is something that, and this is a very personal answer in a way. You have to decide for yourself. A lot of new businesses go through trial and error. Some people love networking. Some networking groups, again, are really gentle and soft and friendly, and some others are a bit more cutthroat. It just depends. But for what you do, everybody needs, just like me, everybody needs help with our health. Everybody is in pain. Everybody has, gastro issues. Sometimes, everybody goes to the doctor 1,000 times and they cannot get an answer for the issue they have. So the kind of job you do is a cross between, helping people and becoming a confidant. And if you see it that way, then you can create intimate relationships with people.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I'm not gravitating towards it at the moment. It's not one of those things where I just sort of think, oh, yes, that sounds such fun that I need to be doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you begin with a networking, both on LinkedIn and on Facebook, you're going to have enough to keep you busy for the next, 3 or 4 weeks. And I wouldn't judge myself about it. I would just post and, see how it goes. Post in groups, post on your profile, post, because if people from the group go and check your profile or your page, they want to see that something's been happening, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing so much as well.
Oh, well, thank you.
Lucinda. where are you?
Yes. Yes, it's just the beginning, really. So it's really knowing who. But I've been listening to what you're saying. You know, being local and you know, where you feel comfortable to advertise. And I it has worked with Nextdoor. I don't know if you know Nextdoor. I just put adverts out of the art class just in my road because it was my local church down my road, and I got 5 people from that, and it was really good to know that people are really online now, and the newspapers don't seem to exist anymore. So it's having to adjust to being online, and I don't know much about it at all, really. So, but I was impressed with Nextdoor. That was just by chance, and not really knowing where to advertise elsewhere, and I was able to get a class together. I did it a second time, but in a different venue. Didn't get any. Well, no, I got 2 people. That's right, interested, but not enough to hold a class. So yeah, you never know.
For you, for what you do, and it's the same with Julia. You know, you are kind of what I call a mortar and brick business. So you're based in person. My business is fully online. You know, I don't have to see people in person, although I really enjoy it sometimes to see my clients, and it's like, wow, it's lovely. But for you, you need to have, you know, a good local network. It's almost like building relationships and having conversations and constantly chatting with new people. You know, you can create relationships online. It feels a little bit awkward, you know, to begin with, but, you know, and it was awkward for me as well. But after a little while, you know, people become familiar with you and what you do. And, you know, so the investment and probably the resistance that you might have to being, you know, on Facebook and to being, you know, online will pay off eventually. Not in a month, not in 2 months, but, you know, within a year, you will see that you are seeing, you know, a return. As you were talking, I was just thinking of a couple of people that I've come across, and they've got painting online courses. I mean, that's like the next level, right? Mm. But you could easily, you know, have a little group of people on Zoom, you know, I don't know if you do it with an easel or, you know, there's paper on the floor, but you can literally recreate it. I mean, obviously, you know, I do Women's Temple, which is a completely in person. I know some people that they do Women's Temple online now.
Okay.
So you know, anything that requires physicality, but people don't need you to be touched, like in kinesiology. You know, you brief them before the session, and then they can be there with you. And I can be, you know, baking a cake, I can be painting, I can be assembling furniture. You know, there's lots of things that people can do whilst you're here. And you could be demonstrating. Aren't all the yoga studios going online now? And there's thousands of yoga classes and, you know, Pilates classes online. It's the same thing.
Wow.
So this is a really good, almost like, I mean, yeah, like, okay, that is possible.
Yeah, right, I see. Yes. So that would stop having to find people, really, wouldn't it? People, I mean, you still need to, but it'll probably be easier to get more of a group together.
Because you already have, say, do you know 20 people?
No.
No, do you know 20 people like friends and, you know, me, yeah? So 19, do you know 19 people?
Well,
friends, family.
Yeah.
Right. You can just say, look, I want to try doing, you know, an art class online would you like to join me? And you by donation. You have no venue costs. It's only your time in preparation. And, you know, all you need is a Zoom account.
Right. Yes. Oh, that is simple. Very simple. Yes. And then from there, things could lead on, you know.
Exactly.
If they want to meet up, that they can, to do a class, and, you know, yes. So it's a good starting point.
With, you know, friends and family. But it needs to be something that you do almost regularly. So, you know, I'm going to be offering this, you know, every Thursday, or, you know, every 2 weeks or something. So there's a sense that, you know, it's not just a one-off.
No, regular, every week maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. Just
I mean, I'm only saying this, you know, I've been wanting to do this, which is kind of called office hours, you know, ask me anything. I've been wanting to do this for years, right? And I was like, and then I just thought, I'd just do it. You know, now everybody's online, everybody needs help. Let's just do it. I love answering questions. I don't like chit chats. I like answering questions, right?
Yeah. Yes, no, that's great. Yes, it suits everybody really. Now that more people are more into IT, yes, I think more people would be interested, especially now after having to stay in, and people have had to get organised, and
and
with your website company, I would just ask you, how do you do that? You do it online, do you? How do you see someone else's website?
How do I see someone else's website, you mean?
Yes, how do you help design it?
Oh, okay. So for someone that hasn't got a website, or they are at the beginning stage, I have a program called Your Website School. And so we go, first of all, through a process of discovery and inquiry, where everybody, you know, works on their words, they work on the branding. I also teach you, so there's questionnaires, you know, with all the right questions for you to begin to, you know, get what are the words that work for me, for what I do, and what are the words that are, you know, for someone else, basically. Then we work a little bit on the photography. So, you know, what poses you can do, what colors, you know, I teach you how to go to a photo shoot, basically, and what kind of images are going to work for what you need to do, you know, because in essence, a website is for the person that's going to come and see it. It's not for you, right? The website is there for the people that need to, you know, get something. They are seeking, you know, some creativity. They are seeking, you know, relief from pain. They are seeking solutions, usually, to something. So the website is, in essence, designed and created for them.
Yes. Okay. Oh, so you just do it through Zoom, answering questions or asking questions? And
no, so you have a set of questionnaires. Then you do some research. We do it all together, but every single day we talk on a platform that is called Slack, which is like a private Facebook group kind of thing. It's very similar to where Task has Mighty Networks, the community. So it's like a big private Facebook group, but only for the people that are working with me. So all your questions get answered there. Sometimes, and we go on live Zoom calls as well. And then I teach you, after I design the website and I build it, I teach you how to, you know, manage it behind the scenes. So you can go in and change some words, copy, add your events, for example, that kind of thing.
Okay, great. Oh, that's good. Yes. It's good to know that, yes, it's starting from scratch completely.
Yes.
And it's someone else doing it, because then it has a different perspective, because if you maybe create your own website, then yeah, you're going to be a bit sort of a bit over personal with it, and it can't be really like that.
Oh, doing my own website is the worst nightmare. I promise you. Doing my own website is the worst. Yeah. Doing your own website is difficult. You know, even I am experienced. I'm just like, oh, come and do this for me, please. I don't want to do this.
Yeah. No, that's good. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would be suitable, you know, like what I'm offering. It will come together. Hopefully your questions will suit what I want to offer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just combining, I suppose, two things.
Yes.
And
yes, it sounds like you've got a few offerings. But I think the essence, did you do anything before being an art teacher?
No, I just went to art college and university and then went into art teaching.
Yeah. So, you know, for you, it's like you've got a long trajectory in the kind of art world, you know, and the teaching, and, you know, so that feels really good, you know, to almost communicate that, you know, an experienced, you know, art teacher, someone that has, you know, been with people before, and also you've got the healing background. So I think that combination is quite nice, and there might be a style of teaching as well, I can imagine. And that's why perhaps it's quite nice for you to experiment if you were, you know, open to, you know, teaching online, so you can record those sessions and then people can see them and get a sense of the style. Because I remember seeing this online course from a couple of people, and one of them, she had a style that I didn't like. But then the other, I thought, oh, I could easily do this course because I like the way she's doing it. And one of them was even combining a little bit of movement before painting or after painting, I can't remember.
Right, yeah. Yes, it's good to, be able to offer a few things. Yeah, you can do that with art.
Yes.
So yes, if I offer many things within art, then it's better. But yes, oh well, as long as I know that it can be done.
Yes.
You know, it's quite unusual combining the two together, but in a way, it you know, it can relate. It's because I would like to do art therapy. It was art teaching for a very long time, but then art therapy is a different profession.
Yes.
And so it's very much really combining art therapy with the healing, really, as it's about yourself. But you know, I've got that art teaching background, so that does help. So I don't know, it may be best if it was just art therapy and healing, and leave it as that, with that, all those years of experience of being a teacher. But
some people leave means, you know, they just leave the website with one thing. So, you know, leaving with the art therapy. And then one of the other things that they can do, you know, if people are interested, is, you know, they can have a session, you know, a healing session with you. But the whole website is mostly about art therapy, you know, and the healing sessions are like just one section. So, for example, you know, I do other things for my clients aside from websites. You know, I design, you know, brochures, I design advertising, I design for Facebook, I design manuals, teaching manuals. I design so many things, you know, but I don't leave my website with all of those things. The reason being is because I only prefer to do those things once I know the client.
Right, I see.
Them, it's just because I prefer it that way. I prefer to have a client that I work long term with them to offer those things.
Yes, I see. Yes, no, that's good.
It's totally up to you. You can have, I offer A, B, and C, or you can say, I offer A, and, you know, somewhere here, you know, there's healing sessions as well.
Yes, yes, that's it. Right, right. Yes, that's it. It's always been tricky in art to be very specific in what you do, because there are various skills that you can do in this area. But yes, you are advertising yourself, advertising a service to people that want just one thing. So it's making sure you stick to
sometimes. I also tell all the business owners that it's good to recommend what's best for the person rather than the person choose, because sometimes the person doesn't know what they need. They think they need one thing, but actually, you know, especially because you are now becoming a therapist.
Yeah.
So you can recommend, I mean, is art therapy just a one-off session, or it's usually several sessions?
Well, it'll be once a week.
Right.
On a certain day each week. Yeah, so just for an hour each week with one client, and then I can build up my hours through the week. And it's, self-employment. So yes, that's how it would work.
Do people do art therapy in groups at all?
Yes, you can do that. Yeah. But you do have to set up your own business if you're going to be doing it one-to-one at home. Some regulations about it.
Okay.
Yes. There's not much of a percentage of people doing it at home, actually. You usually get employed or self-employed with a school or a centre.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But you rather do it in as your own business, yeah?
Yes, I'd like to. I'd like to investigate.
I mean, you can also, you can offer, as your own business, and you can be employed, once, twice a week by a school as well,
Oh, that's right.
Everything can be on the one website, but that is like your CV, like your business card, you have all these experience offering it one-to-one, as your own business. And, you can say, looking for an art therapist for your school. I'm open to discussing this, la, la, la.
Oh, yes, of course. Right.
If that was something you wanted to do.
Yes, that's probably what I should be doing. Yes, because they will have you, these schools and community centres.
Okay.
So yes, having that in mind, really. Yes, that's it. So it is having a website that will combine and and I think with the art teaching, that can always be as my background experience. I'm not. I would prefer to do the art therapy, not the art teaching. I've enjoyed teaching in my private lessons, but I think I've done enough years on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can offer workshops maybe. Once in a while.
I think almost it's like to keep the momentum going, if I was to recommend anything for you, because I suppose you are studying at the moment.
Yes. Yeah.
So, one thing would be to research other websites of people that offer art therapy as their own business. See how they set it up, just put yourself in the shoes of a new customer
Yes.
that's looking for it. And then also I would be courageous and offer the workshops online, you know, even to friends and family, just to practice.
Yeah. Right.
Because
Yes.
I feel for you, Lucinda, it's almost like your confidence on the computer and online is the one thing that perhaps needs to almost expand. You know, on the ground, in person, you're probably amazing. And I get a sense that online, perhaps you're a little bit more hesitant. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, I'm not used to it. So I need to get more confident in that.
Yes. And I think, yeah, that'll be, whereas for me, it's the other way around. So here I'm wonderful. If you see me in person, I'll be probably networking. I'll be quite awkward.
Okay. Right. Okay, that's interesting. Right. Yeah, it's finding your way, how you work best, isn't
So
it?
and it's almost, you know, a weaving of the two a little bit, yeah? So it's learning the other skills and, you know, okay, my forte is in person and my business is in person. And there are some skills that I have to, you know, to have an online presence so people can find me and so I can direct people to my website. They can see photos of how it works. I have also a sense that loads of people don't even know what art therapy is. So
No, that's true. Yes, it's quite a small sort of area, but it's getting more needed actually through the
yes.
Yes, great. Oh well, thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Any more questions? We've got 2 more minutes. Don't go home with your questions if you have any.
There's new ways of communicating, isn't there? Like with the website now, you can just ask to be contacted. Well, when I've been on recent websites, it says I'll just leave a comment and you can be contacted straight away.
Oh, I see.
Yes, that's quite good to have if someone wants to just suddenly make a comment. So you're kind of open 24/7, aren't you, with that?
Oh, I see. Well, the website is selling whatever you do 24/7 because people might, you know, be awake at night and they might just be exploring and they might just get to your website. Yes. The answer is yes. The little kind of gadgets of what the website does, if it has a calendar, if you can pay on the website, those are all like practical things, you know.
Right.
That I wouldn't worry about that for now.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh well.
Okay. Well, lovely to see you in person.
Great.
Online. Thank you very much, Julia.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
You
Christine,
too.
I can't get to unmute you, I'm afraid. I'm really sorry if you were trying to unmute yourself. And I hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, you know, you can always email me or message me. Don't WhatsApp me.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
You guys. Bye.
Thanks for your help. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.